Hey, it's Cobb and Cobby.
And today we're going to make an easy as focaccia. We've got you covered from dough to decoration.
Wahoo!
The first thing we're going to need is some flour. You want to weigh out about 512 grams for this recipe.
We used a special baker's flour called Wallaby baking flour that we ordered online, but you can just use plain flour as well.
So after your flour's weighed out, we're going to need salt, about a tablespoon. I like to weigh everything though, so 10 grams is really what we're going for. And for the yeast, we'll want about 8 grams. And yeast is one of those funny things where by volume it takes up quite a few tablespoons, so that's why I just said I prefer to weigh things out. Now you just want to add 450 milliliters of room temperature water and give it a good stir. I'm using a dough hook here, but if you don't have one, you could just use a wooden spoon. Flip it over though, use the back end of it. Just give it a good stir until everything is well incorporated. You don't need to play around with it too much. It'll come together on its own through the stretch and folds. I'm just putting about a tablespoon of olive oil on right now to kind of help the dough just be a little bit less sticky.
So now you want to cover the dough and let it rest for about an hour and a half. You'll see where we've used a cloth cover here, but you can just use Glad wrap or anything you've got at home. The rest is important because it allows the dough to rise. And it is kind of like the longer you leave it, the better. To do your stretch and folds, you want to
grab it from one corner and drag it over to the next. And just repeat on all 4 corners and then let it rest again for about another half an hour, and then you want to repeat the process 4 times in total before you can transfer it to a well-greased pan for the final proof.
You can see from the dough in the bowl now just how much it's risen, and this is your good indication that it's ready.
Once you've put it in the pan, give it a gentle stretch out. Just leave it for another 40 minutes or so. Don't forget to put some more olive oil on top. You need to use plenty of olive oil. Don't be scared to use it.
Okay, now it's time to decorate the focaccia. I'm starting with garlic that's been crushed up, and I'm just kind of pressing it in like you would start with a garlic bread base or something like that. You can really pick whatever ingredients you like, what tastes good to you, but here I'm using onion, chili, artichokes, olives, capsicum, and some herbs and spices. To me, this is the funnest part about making a focaccia, getting to decorate it and using all the ingredients you like. There's really not a lot of flavours you can go wrong with, so just pick and choose what you enjoy. We were going for a bit of an anti-pasty kind of vibe with this one, and it's gonna be delicious. Kind of finish the decorating by glazing it with olive oil again, the key ingredient for a focaccia really. You can't have too much olive oil on a focaccia. And now we're ready to pop this bad boy in the oven. Set it at 200 degrees for about 20-25 minutes depending how hot your oven runs. And when the timer's done, it's time to party because your focaccia is ready.
After removing it from the oven, let it rest in the tray for about 10 minutes before transferring it to a wire rack to cool for a further 10 to 20. Now it's time to cut her up and see how you went.
Usually the bits on the end are kind of the least bubbly, so I probably should have cut somewhere in the middle, but I couldn't wait. The crunchy bits on the end are always the most delicious. Yum. Now that your easy as fuck focaccia is ready, you can sit down on the couch, pop some anime on, and enjoy your delicious feast. Thanks for watching. See you next time.